having a 9 to 5 job is a good thing. Why am I saying that? Well, let me tell you guys what I mean by that. So in this video, we're just gonna clean this house. I don't know how long I'm gonna take, but we're gonna try to do that. It's wood. I assume it's wood, so we're gonna try to get wood cleaner. Okay, 9 to 5. Why am I saying that 9 to 5 is good? Well, I'm saying 9 to 5 is good because, especially if you're young, right? If you're a young man, you're going to learn to have a good work ethic, which is so important, guys. Having a strong work ethic when you're young is gonna set you up for life miles ahead, miles ahead. Because think about it, guys. Most, especially Gen Z, they are so lazy. I'm actually Gen Z myself, like the later generation, but I'm Gen Z too. But our generation, we are so lazy, you know. And I'm actually gonna tell you guys a story. What made me realize something. So when I was 16 years old, um, at school we had like a project, you know, like we had to go to different companies and we had to ask them to, for internship without pay, just to see or to get experience of a 9 to 5. That was my first ever 9 to 5 experience, right? So I went to a car dealership. There was something, I just fell in love with, like, a car dealership. I love it so much. So I ended up going there. Okay, let me just get this. I remember I was so excited. I was like, oh, I don't have to go to school anymore. You know, I'm just gonna wake up, I'm just gonna work, and I'm gonna go back to my home, and I'm gonna do the same thing until the weekend. At first, that sounded amazing, you know? That sounded amazing, and not only that, but like if I actually worked here, I would get paid, Like they could actually give me money that I can use to buy things. So I was so happy. I was so naive at that time too. I didn't even realize the whole thing. So after like 2 weeks of doing the same thing, the job that I had was like we were cleaning cars. So we would vacuum cars. We would like, um, use a cloth and just like wipe over the dashboard. Just clean inside, like the interior and outside. And I remember like I came to the dealership and they made me like work with a guy like he was constantly smoking, you know. And yeah, it was just like this monotonous work, repetitive work. Like you wake up, like you go to work, and everyone is like, "Good morning, good morning, good." I couldn't understand that, like robots, like they're just saying good morning to you repetitively, you know. And I started doing the same thing, you know. And I remember after 2 weeks of doing that, like same thing. I kid you not, guys. Like I would wake up, I would go to the dealership, I would wait for the guy because he was like often smoking, and I couldn't even talk to the employees because they were like, when I saw them, they looked miserable. They looked miserable, guys. Like I can't describe it, They looked miserable, and I felt their energy. I remember feeling their energy, and they were like, another day. They were like drinking coffee and smoking, and And I looked at the clock. He went so slow, and it was like, okay, we're gonna do this again. And I had nobody to talk to. It was so horrible. I tried my best. I worked hard. I tried, but it was like, you know, it's like you just went crazy in your head. That's how I felt. Like I just felt like going crazy because the next day I'm waking up again. I'm going home. I can't even enjoy my time after work because this work is so boring. Like it sucks the living soul out of me. It sucked my soul out. And I was like, I swear, guys, like that job was really boring. Like I felt totally useless. I felt like, yeah, I've never felt that anything like that before. And I couldn't understand how these people could You know, they did this every day for years, guys, for years, you know. You can look at them, you can see that they've been doing this over and over again, you know, and they're absolutely miserable. But of course, as I got older, I started to understand that they have to do it because, you know, they have a family to support, you know. But that's when I understood, guys, that, you know, the choices that you make in your life, like there's gonna be consequences for everything you do, right? So that's why it's important, because you're not, when you're, if you're young, like if you're in your 20s, 30s, you're not going to notice. I mean, of course, if you're in your 30s, you're going to notice some of the consequences that you know, of the choices you made when you were like in your 20s, you know. Or if you are in your 20s, you're gonna feel the consequences of the things you did when you were a teenager, you know. But the good news is that it's not too late to change. But yeah, guys, that job when I was 16 years old, it just made me realize, like, oh my days, like, this is hell. This is pure hell, you know. And that's why I'm saying that a 9 to 5 is a good thing, because it really opened my eyes. It made me realize that I have to do something with my life, you know. I have to focus. I have to take my education seriously. I have to get a good education, you know, so that I can get a good job and save money and do different things, right? So, and that's what I've done. You know, I've done different. I have different like businesses that I'm doing, and you know, but that's what it, like, having that 9 to 5 job put fire under my ass. It literally put fire under my ass. You know, it made me act swiftly, because I realized I'm not ending up like that. You know, I'm not ending up like that. And yeah, guys, I'm not saying that having a 9 to 5 is bad. It's absolutely not bad. I think the problem is a lot of people, they don't want to do 9 to 5 at all. You know, I'm not saying that 9 to 5 is a bad thing. It's a stepping stone, right? That's how you need to view a 9 to 5. 9 to 5 job is a stepping stone, especially if you're young. You know, you can't have the attitude of like, oh, I don't want to have a 9 to 5. I deserve better. You don't deserve anything. You know, nobody cares about you. Okay, so you need to like humble yourself, and you need to work your way up. That's just how life is. You know, if you want to make money quick, you want to take shortcuts, you're just gonna burn yourself out. You know, it's not worth it, guys. Just, you know, find out who you are and your values, and just take an education that you're gonna like, and start working hard. This is actually stone. Didn't even realize that. Let's see, stone cleaner. You know, so that's the best thing you can do in your life. Just take yourself seriously. You know, get a 9 to 5. I recommend. I've had many 9 to 5 jobs, and you know, not all of them are bad. A lot of them are good. You can even like, I like, for example, me. I'm a person that I like to work alone, right? I am a self-sufficient, independent person, self-motivating person. I can motivate myself. I don't need other people. You know, that's just how I am. That's how I function, and that's how I work the best. But that's something I figured out as I started to do different jobs, right? And I realized that, okay, jobs where I'm able to work alone is when I thrive the most. You know, it's probably true for most people, but you know, where I can control what I things I do, and you know, results are coming from me. So having a 9 to 5 will, it's gonna say, it's gonna reveal a lot about who you are as a person, right? It's gonna reveal a lot of things, and it's just good, you know. So I highly recommend, like, if you're a person that you don't have a job right now and you don't want to work, I urge you to do it, because trust me, guys, it's gonna help you a lot, you know. And if you're young, get into trade school, you know. Trade school, start like a trade, electricity, or you know, mechanic, you know, or like plumber or something like that. Just start something. You know, obviously you should have a bit of interest, but you know, start. It's never too late, guys. You know. So, but yeah, obviously 9 to 5. I think the thing is like, you don't want to work 9 to 5 when you get older, right? You want to be working hard now, so you don't have to do that when you get older, because yeah, when you get older, things are gonna be a bit rough, right? You're not gonna be as healthy as you used to be, um, and yeah, you have other priorities, right? Right now, I assume most of you guys are young. You have the energy, you have the capacity to find something, to do with your life, which you should do, you know. So yeah, guys, I've had so many different jobs, and there are so many jobs that are just I can't even fathom how they even exist, or they're possible, because they're absolutely hell. Like, it's just it just sucks the soul out of you, as I said. It's not a good feeling at all. So yeah, guys, that's the thing. You just want to find, but there's so many things. If you want a recommendation, but this is personal though, I don't know who you are, but I like jobs where you're able to work by yourself, because then you can, like, you don't have someone like over your shoulder and stuff like that, and it's just much easier, right? But if you want to learn, like, obviously, if you want to grow, you need to get a job. You need to find a job where there's like other people, because that's gonna challenge you, how you work in relation to other people and stuff like that, which is very important, I guess. So so yeah, guys, that's it. If you want more like tips, you can always feel free to comment, and don't be afraid to comment. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Peace.